We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender. It's all about the young police from Jamaica. See Young Police Channel. Big up yourself. Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of.
If you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police Channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have go inside this description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police Channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you will see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and you know, we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon members. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video.
You are going already. I see all of the artists them who come out campaign against the Prime Minister. See all of them. They put you come out and talk about high crime rate and all kind of fuckery. But you're going to take a blood clot coke and leave Jamaica alone, pussy well. You see Bunty, you see what I go on with him, chat too much, so they limbo him. Vybz Kartel don't really have much to say about Jamaica. He always a big up Jamaica, even though not talk about the issues. But and he always give the youths them advice also. Yeah? But the rest of them can go suck them mama. Yeah? Can go suck them ma. Yeah man. Cause we no bow to blood clot boy, cause boy come go like say we should bow to them. Bow to what? I never talk about issues of Jamaica yet. The only thing we talk about is separation and blood clot gun. That's all we talk about. And the things that we care about, you know. But look at this article. This is where the whole birth or your pan come in. And everybody ignore the fact that Mark Golding is standing in the way of Jamaica becoming republic. Mark Golding is standing in the way of Jamaica moving away from the fucking British colony, and the whole of you sit down and play a blind eye. Yeah? All of you sit down and play a blind eye when Mark Golding standing at the blood clot way to move away from the British colony. British we colonize us with slavery. Mark Golding is standing in the way of that. And instead of no come out and talk about that, not about blood clot is part of the band, I was part I want Jamaican. Some are not Jamaican. Some are not Jamaican. But you know talk about different thing when this is the most important thing for us to talk about. But yet still, Mark Golding put it in a manifesto. Oh, move away from the British monarchy and become the first Jamaican president. Where Mark Bolin? No white boy again now mash up Jamaica. No blood cry white boy again now mash up Jamaica. Yeah? This is what talk about, not talk about part in the band. Mark Bolin standing there where for Jamaica get real independent. And you friend you talk about. Woo!
Yeah, my brothers and sisters, today we must confront uncomfortable truths. Too many of us have been blinded by celebrity, hypnotized by dancehall rhythms, and distracted by the voices that should have been speaking truth to power. Instead, those same voices have sold us out. I am speaking about Buju Banton, the convicted court dealer, and Bounty Killer, the ones that the man once banned by the United States government. These are men who claim to love Jamaica, yet their silence and the real issue, corruption and the betrayal of our independence, prove otherwise. Let us not rewrite history. Buju Banton, whose voice once inspired a generation, was caught trafficking cocaine, an act that betrayed countless lives in America and right here in Jamaica. Cocaine is not just a drug, it is a weapon of mass destruction against black communities, and he was the person who was behind it. The US judicial system found him guilty. He served time in prison. But as Buju ever once stood up to tell the youths in Red Hills, Augustown, Montego Bay, Jonestown, Concrete Jungle, Spanish Town, Cockburn Pen, East Kingston, stay away from drugs, don't make my mistakes. No. Instead, he paraded himself as if he's a martyr, when in truth, he's a convicted felon, court dealer. And I say without apologies, Buju Banton should be banned from America for life. He chose cocaine over his people. If America is serious about protecting its borders, they should never open their gates to him again. Let him remain in Jamaica and tell the poor to pick up books, not guns and drugs. But you know, you and I know, he will not, because his silence benefits the same criminals that keep the ghettos in chain. Bounty Killer and the hypocrisy. Now let's talk about Bounty Killer. As I stated before and I state again, I know the man personally, but you know, as time grows and people grow, so sometimes you have to even grow without even your family. This is the same man who was banned by the American government for close to 20 years. Why? Because he was arrested and charged with gun crimes. Not through his lyrics, through his performance. He became a mouthpiece for violence. Yes, he was a mouthpiece of violence. His words were not just entertainment, they were instructions to kill, glorification of the gun, the knife, the blood. But let us remember, it was not the People's National Party, the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization helped him. It was Andrew Holness administration, the Jamaican Labour Party government that intervened. They wrote the US authorities declaring that Bounty Killer was not involved in criminality. Not because they didn't make it public, but I am telling you from my vantage point. They wrote the US authorities declaring that Bounty Killer was not involved in criminality and not a threat to national security. Think about that. A JLP government extend an olive branch, gave him a chance to redeem himself, to use his influence for good. But what has he done since? As he told the youths in the garrison, stop killing one another, go to school, learn a trade, uplift Jamaica. No, his silence has been deafening. So let me ask you, who suffer from his silence? It is not Buju Banton. It is not Bounty. It is not the big politicians in Vale Royal or the people who live uptown. It is the poor ghetto youth. The ones in Waterhouse, Rima, Jungle and Flankers. They are the ones who follow the example of these so-called icons. And what is the result? Thousands of our young men either end up in prison or in the morgue. Families cry, mothers bury their sons, Communities bleed, and yet the very voices that should be saying break the cycle are instead silent, complicit, and comfortable. Why? Because they benefit from the ghetto ignorance. Because they keep the poor silent, angry, and distracted. Guarantee votes for the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. And let us be honest, that party has never stood with the police, never stood with law-abiding Jamaicans. They have always aligned with criminals, killers. And I've said before and I say again, the only thing that the PNP know to create are criminals like chinks. I am from a PNP community. I am from the belly of the beast. Now, in the middle of all this, we face another betrayal. Jamaica stands on the threshold of true independence, becoming a republic. And who stand in the way? Mark Jefferson Golden, a man born in Britain, a man who carries the passport of the very oppressors who enslave us. Think about the irony. The same celebrities who claim they love Jamaica are loud when it's convenient, but on this crucial matter of sovereignty, they are silent. That goes to show that they are traitors, and I say it without any apologies. Why are Buju and Bounty Killer not telling the youths that Jamaica must cut ties with the British monarchy? When I talk about Beanie Man, big rear admiral, Beanie Man a traitor. As you can see him get pregnant, I don't know, Patrick Roberts must get him pregnant, same belly big. Why are they not saying Golden cannot be trusted because his loyalty lies not with Jamaica, but with his birthplace? Instead, they allow the conversation to be hijacked by foolish debates about where someone was born, while the real issue, the freedom of Jamaica, is ignored. They are talking about where them born and this and that. I was born and raised in the belly of the beast. Buju Banton is not a Jamaican. Buju Banton is a Maroon. Maroons are not Jamaicans. Maroon are traitors. He's been a traitor a long time ago. You understand? That's him. He's not one of us. So brothers and sisters, Jamaica cannot move forward if we continue to be fooled by false prophets in dancehall and traitors in politics. At least Sizzler is better than all of them, because Sizzler embraces the Prime Minister and says no white man for rule Jamaica. Sizzler. Buju Banton must face the truth. He's not a role modeler. Yeah, he's not a modeler, he's not a role model. He's a convicted cocaine dealer who destroys lives. His rightful place should be behind bars, not on stage, unless he chooses redemption by speaking truth to the youth. And I respect Sister because Sister embrace no drug dealer, no cokehead, taste coke. I don't see keep it and embrace him either. And when Vybz Kartel friend Sean Style call him the coke dealer or cokehead, yeah, sure. Bounty Killer must acknowledge that while the Holness administration gave him a chance, he has failed to use his influence for good. Instead of glorifying violence, he must denounce it. And we, the people of Jamaica, must open our eyes. We cannot allow the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization to use entertainers as distractions while Mark Golden blocks our nation from becoming a republic. This is bigger than party politics. This is about Jamaica's survival. I remind you, the true patriots of Jamaica are not always the ones with the loudest voices or the biggest stage. They are the ones who stand firm against crime, corruption, and foreign betrayal. Andrew Holness and his administration have made it clear. They support the police. They support law and order. They support Jamaica's independence. The question is, will you? Don't be fooled by the silence of Buju Banton. He's a coke dealer, criminal, convicted felon. I don't care if he uses, I don't care about him, Buju Banton and I have never been friends. So do not be distracted by the hypocrisy of Bounty Killer. And do not be deceived by foreign-born ambitions of Mark Golden. Respect to Sizzler Kalanje. To big up Andrew Holness, embrace him and say no white man of a rule over Jamaica. Jamaica future belongs to Jamaicans, not criminals, not traitors, and not outsiders. And those who support Mark Golden and remain silent are traitors to us. Big time. So we big up Vybz Kartel and ZELLE for bigging up Jamaica. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.